John Bunn here with How to Film Weddings, and today I'm going to be talking about why I'm switching from Canon to Sony. Now, a lot of you know that I've been on Canon cameras for over 10 years. I started with the 60D and then moved my way up to the C100, then the C100 Mark II, then the C70. I bought an R5 at one point. I've been Team Canon for a very, very long time. The colors are better. It just works better for me in my system. I have tens of thousands of dollars of camera equipment that are all Canon. Lenses, batteries, everything is Canon. So this has been a very, very difficult switch for me. But in the last couple of years, Sony has really upped their game, especially with the release of the A7S III and the FX3. I started seeing these cameras. I actually bought an A7S III, then the R5 came out, so I sent the A7S III back, and then back and forth and back and forth. I keep watching Matt Johnson's videos, seeing this S-Cinetone color profile, and oh my goodness, I couldn't help myself. Then I started really looking at my schedule for next year, 2022, and it's a lot of travel. And if you haven't noticed, the C70 with a 24-70 on it is like twice as big as the FX3 with its 24-70 on it, and it's so much heavier. Then you add in internal stabilization, being able to go handheld instead of with a monopod. This just started really adding up in my favor. So I'm gonna break down a few reasons in depth as to why I'm switching camera systems, so maybe it will help you out, and some of the cons that go along with switching systems. So let's get into it. One of the big questions I ask myself is, do my cameras help me do my job better and easier? And if the answer is no, that's when I start to really consider making a switch. Although I love my C70 and the way the color looks and the way that it all comes together, it is a lot of work to shoot on a C70 compared to something like the A7S III or the FX3. So when Sony announced these new cameras and I started seeing the color being a lot better, I started seeing people's reviews with the IBIS or the internal stabilization, it really piqued my interest. And so I always recommend renting before you buy, and so that's exactly what I did. I rented a camera from a friend, I started playing around with it and seeing what Sony felt like on a wedding day. And I have to be honest, I was blown away by the footage. I was blown away by being able to go handheld all day, and that's when I started really considering making the switch. One thing you have to realize is that it's not cheap to make a switch from one brand to another. You might have to buy adapters for your class, but for me, I wanted to go all in and make a big switch after I learned how much I loved these Sony cameras. So that's exactly what I did. In 2022, I'm planning to rock 2 Sony FX3s and 1 Sony A7S III. And whenever I add up that, plus all the batteries, the mounts, everything I need to do, new lenses, new everything, I'm gonna be spending over $15,000 to make this switch. I'm moving from 4 cameras down to 3, and my main reason to why I am moving is portability. I want to be able to travel lighter, I want a more minimal kit, I want to be able to get in and out of places easier, and on the C70, it's just not something I can do. By being handheld on an FX3 with a 24-70 and that internal stabilization, oh my goodness, it looks so good. No, really, it looks so good, and I can't wait to review some of my films for you so you can see the difference in my footage. Actually, if you want that, let me know in the comments below, and I'll try to make a review really soon of both of these cameras. Now, after spending $15,000 to make this switch, I have to learn new things, I have to learn new menus, I've had to put a bunch of time into figuring out how to use these cameras, and I do not recommend just buying new cameras and going out and shooting. I'm not going to be using these 3 cameras at a wedding until next year, so I have plenty of time, months, to practice with these cameras. Do not go buy new cameras and then shoot for the first time at a wedding. I strongly don't recommend doing that. Like I mentioned a minute ago, most of my weddings are now travel weddings, and as I was really looking into what it's going to take for me to get to some of these places, I'm going to 3 countries next year. I have 6 weddings out of state. Everything is moving, and I just don't want a massive footprint, tons of Pelican cases, and with this change, I'm going to be able to fit everything into 1 backpack and 1 small case, as opposed to 2 large Pelican cases, a clamshell, like hard shell case, and then 2 suitcases. So my life is going to be much easier, And I wasn't willing to do that until I could actually see the quality of footage compared from a C70 to a Sony A7S III or FX3, and to be honest, it's negligible. Do I think Canon still outweighs the Sony in the quality? Yeah, but here's the thing. My couples are not going to notice that difference, especially with these new updates, the new cameras. I don't think that they're gonna be able to tell, and it helps me to do things I've never been able to do before because I'm usually on a monopod, I'm usually just lugging a lot of gear around. This is going to allow me to do my job so much better. So hopefully this helps you in making some decisions on whether or not you want to switch. And if you have more questions, please let me know in the comments below. I know this video is short, but I wanted to make note of this change because it's a big deal for me. And a lot of you have been asking why I'm switching, why this is happening, and wanting to know my reasons. So I just figured I'd put a video together to answer all of those questions for you. All right, before I sign off on this video today, I have to tell you about something that Nick and I are super excited about, and that is our Mastermind group. You might be asking yourself, what is your Mastermind group? What is that? I've never heard of it. Last year, we launched Mastermind by How to Film Weddings. This is a next level training group for people ready to take their business to the next level. We open for enrollment in January. We have applications and you can apply to be part of it. This is for people looking to really take their business to the next level. This is for somebody that is maybe stuck or wants to raise their prices, wants personal training from Nick and myself. You might be asking another question, what is Mastermind? Let me tell you about it a little bit. I will say we're gonna have a lot coming out in January. This is a 12-month group. We have weekly Zoom calls where Nick and I are doing training sessions where you can be live on the call. We go through everything from how to build your brand, how to raise your prices, editing, shooting, and everywhere in between. That's once a week for an entire year. On top of that, we bring in an industry leader, an expert in our industry, some of the best, to speak once a month. Guest speakers last year included White and Reverie, the Brothers Martins, the Film Poets, KEJ Productions, so many more. So every month, we're gonna have a guest speaker for you to help you be inspired and to grow. Not only that, there's a private Facebook group just for the community. Referrals were crazy last year. People get to know each other. This is a group of people you're going to be spending an entire year with. We have so many success stories. And then the kicker, at the end of the year, we do a retreat, an in-person retreat. Our first year was Scottsdale, Arizona, and next year we'll find another location to all get together to celebrate at the end of the year. It's everything you need to really take your business to the next level. There's so much more about it, but if you want to get on our wait list, you need to head on over to howtofilmweddings.com/mastermind. That's howtofilmweddings.com/mastermind to get on the wait list. Like I said earlier, this is an application process, so we will have early applications sent out to people on this wait list. And if that's you, or if you want more information, howtofilmweddings.com/mastermind will take you there. You can put in your email. We won't bug you a ton, but we will send you the application when it comes out. We'll be teasing it more as the year progresses, but we wanted you on YouTube to hear it here first. So check out the link in the description or head on over to howtofilmweddings.com/mastermind to get on that waitlist today. Again, thank you so much for watching these videos. If you haven't already, subscribe, and until next time, we'll see you.